We're also tracking the progress of a cleanup at a massive homeless encampment next to the 405 in Van Nuys. This is what it looked like out there today. This is an encampment that's been around for years. Crews brought in the heavy machinery to clear out the tents and all that trash along the 405. NBC4's Macy Jenkins has been there for all of it. She joins us live with an update. Macy.
Hi, Colleen. Well, listen, city staff got here at 6 o'clock this morning, and they are not done yet. More than 30 unhoused people agreed to get on a city bus and accept an offer of housing tonight. Some of them will sleep in a bed for the first time in several years. Now, Mayor Karen Bass launched her Inside Safe program in December of 2022 as a strategic approach to get people off the streets and prevent encampments from popping back up. Well, today's efforts at the large Van Nuys encampment near Oxnard and the 405 mark the program's 105th cleanup. Now, NBC4 has visited this site several times over the last few years, including last November when a fire broke out at this very encampment in the same spot. Now, Inside Safe staff had been prepping for several days, letting folks know today would be cleanup day. The teams work alongside with the Department of Transportation, Street Cleaning Services, the Bureau of Sanitation, LAFD, and LAPD to coordinate moving the unhoused people out of the area and cleaning up what has been left behind. Now, earlier this morning, a group of about a dozen protesters showed up wearing masks and attempted to stop city crews from moving forward. 3 of them were detained by LAPD, cited, and then released. Mayor Bass visibly fired up when she spoke to reporters.
What happens sometimes is that the people come along and try to convince people not to get on the bus, not to accept housing, to stay here living in squalor until we can provide a permanent place for them to live. And my belief is that nobody that does that lives alongside them. So taxpayers are going to pay one way or another. I say we pay to prevent these situations. I say we pay to house people. If we didn't house these folks, we would continue to soak money in putting out fires, having the police come, and compromising the business environment in this neighborhood.
Bass says the conditions in this encampment were worse than the refugee camps she's visited in war zones and potentially life-threatening because of the roughly 20 propane tanks in the vicinity. Now, all of the people here were given large plastic bags to carry and transport their belongings. Ronald Ham says he's been living in this encampment for 10 years and says many of his neighbors worry about accepting housing due to rules about visitors and security checks.
Well, my fear is pretty much where are we going? It's a question mark. No one knows where they're going, and that's a big problem because it's like joining a new school. You don't know anything or anywhere.
Now, we are near a few different businesses. There is a public storage unit. There is a gas station on the other side of the fence. And then there is some kind of station where we're seeing AAA trucks coming in and out of. So there are a lot of things going on in this area. But as far as what happens with the unhoused people, first they get on the bus. They are taken to a motel. They are then transitioned to a community organization. That organization gives them 3 meals a day, and from there they're paired with services that help get them on a path towards permanent housing. As far as how long the crews will be out here, well, one city worker said they should be wrapped up by 8. It is now about 8:05, 8:10 rather. You guys can see the clock, and they're still back there trying to make this area as clean as it can be. LAPD told me just a few minutes ago they're going to lock the gate so that this encampment cannot simply pop back up again. That's the very latest. Reporting live in Van Nuys, I'm Macy Jenkins, NBC4 News.